Welcome back to Truthfully Contagious, where the truth speaks for itself. I am Dennis. This is my co-host, John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. And we're back with another Truthable. And we just want to say thank you for your support. Before we jump into this, we want to say thank you. We took a couple weeks off to kind of just change how we were recording, upgrade some equipment, upgrade the background. Hope you guys like it. And just kind of the ambiance of what we want to present as Truthfully Contagious. And so thank you for just kind of the last couple of weeks. We haven't really dropped, but, you know, we've been posting on Instagram. And if you haven't seen any of our other videos, we encourage you guys to go like and subscribe. We're on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts as Truthfully Contagious. So we appreciate your support, guys.
Absolutely. And I guess before we just jump in, we're going to go to a little moment of prayer real quick. So, Lord, we thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for this time once again to be here on Truthfully Contagious, to do what you have us to do, to say what you have us to say. And I ask that you take control of this situation, control of this conversation, that your glory will be manifested out of it, and that all the listeners, even ourselves, we will be empowered, we will hear, we will heed, and we will understand what is actually being said, God. And hopefully that we can make some changes to our minds, to our hearts, to our souls, to our bodies. And that, again, you get all the glory out of it. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
So, yeah, man, listen, we back. Again, we appreciate all of you guys for the wait. For the wait.
Man.
But like my co-host said, you know, we definitely changed some things. So hopefully you guys see it in the quality. Hopefully you guys see it in the sound, and all the different things. But like we said before, we definitely want to present our best self, our best content to you guys, because we believe you guys are worth it. And we're here now. So again, this is our Truthable. But this particular Truthable is going to be focused on mental health.
I love that.
Mental health. And we're men, so we're going to tackle some areas of men mental health.
Yes.
But collective mental health is what we want to speak on, embrace, and give some insight on. So that's what we're here to do. So yeah, man, let's jump in.
Usually our Truthables, we're very kind of nonchalant a little bit. We're casual. We let loose a little bit. But today we really want to get serious, because there's a serious topic. There's a seriousness about what we're getting ready to talk to that's really attacking not only men, but everybody, but especially men. And so the topic that we're really going to talk about today and really tackle is mental health. Mm-hmm. And we've seen in the last couple weeks, bro, like men, prominent men. We just witnessed the Dallas Cowboys player, 24 years old, returned a fumble in a primetime game. Mm-hmm.
First touchdown.
And a week later, he kills himself.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't matter if you have money, if you don't have money. Mental health affects people in the same way.
Yeah. You
know, it really robs you of your joy or of your passion. Mm-hmm. And even if, you know, we look at him and we're like, why? You had everything.
Yeah.
You know, but it was that one thing. I think his mother passed away a year, you know, prior. And so that was just really attacking him. But I think a question that I have for you, bro, as we're really jumping into this, why don't we seek help? Mm-hmm. Like, why? He could have... There were coaches. He had a quarterback that really loved him and cared about him, and lost a brother himself to suicide. So it was in the building that there's people that he could talk to, but I feel like there's this stigma about going to seek help.
Yeah.
So why do you think that, man?
You know, men. What can I say about us?
Listen.
And not just men, but more men, more men than non-men move in this factor, and it's because there is a like the stigma or a like this foundational rule that men are supposed to be able to handle. Be able to strap it on our back and make it happen. And talking about it or being emotional about it or elaborating on your feelings is not something that we were taught to do when we were growing up. And that analogy of being a youth boy riding your bike, falling off, let that man get up and brush himself off.
Dust off.
If he bleeding, he good. Like let him rock. You know what I mean? It's the little girl that we'll run to and be like, oh my God, you're okay. But for the boys, like nah. Let that man. Let him be a man. He a man. And it's as minute as that is. We take that same vibe and we bring it with us to our adulthood. So now, when we are adult men, and I'm going through something, I'm like, nah, you know what I mean? I don't need to tell the world. I don't need to broadcast it. I don't need to, express myself emotionally about it. Let me just, whatever it is, I'm gonna just handle it. And I think that's one of the reasons why, a lot of men do that. It's because it was conditioned.
No, for sure.
We were conditioned to, be like that, move like that.
And I believe that's also a common misconception that men aren't supposed to cry or boys aren't supposed to cry. And I think we want boys to suppress those emotions, and they pile up, and eventually those emotions, if not dealt with properly, they burst.
Absolutely.
As we get older, I could recall for myself just not being able to cry. It was weakness. And then having this anger because I don't know how to talk, or I don't know how to deal with it. Because I was never taught how to really handle my emotions in a healthy way that still promotes strength. I think as a community, sometimes we get in a habit, a male community, of a habit of we don't allow for emotions to be healthy. There's a way to express yourself while still being strong and still being masculine and still being a man. And I think, honestly, the more men that really let go, and we could go on about different things, just as men that we really deal with.
I think it's a matter of us having a hard time trusting people too.
Oh, bro.
I think that's probably the biggest thing. It's just like, for me to openly trust another brother is, I have to trust you with everything.
But I'm also telling you information that if you used it improperly, could really hurt me.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I think about, even when, like you said, we shared a story. I'm talking about the other one that really sparked this episode.
Okay.
That took 5 years, 6 years. And we said it like, I don't know if this guy want to be my friend, or I don't know if we're friends like that. And even when we got close, in this last 6-7 months, it still wasn't like, let me just offer up this information. You know what I mean? It was like, okay, you got to a point. I think we got to a point where it was like, all right, I trust this guy. And vice versa, because I'm not out here willy-nilly with my information.
Nah, facts.
You know what I mean? Because I've grown, the way I grew up, it was traumatic. I've had a traumatic life, but I don't use that as a crutch or a weakness. And just because you've gone through things, we can't let what we've gone through become the stumbling block that keeps us down and keeps us from not sharing. And I think that's sometimes what it is. Is men's mental health is us not opening up. We're not sharing. We're not talking. But that's because society, like I said, just hasn't done a great job at giving us the spaces. I think that's changing.
I feel the need to attack. Because I'm big on, what's the word? I'm big on accountability. I'm gonna use that. Big on accountability. So. I'm a 34-year-old man.
You only 34?
34. I know I look like I'm like 42.
Nah, you look 18 and a half.
34-year-old man, bro. And
yes, sir.
I experienced a lot. There's a lot that I experienced. I could write a book.
2 books.
Yeah. Right, literally. Part 1, part 2.
Yeah.
And part 3. Because then God came into the mess. But not going there, definitely can write a book. But the accountability piece for me is I understand that I experienced these things.
Yeah.
And there's this analogy that I read. You have 2 people and they come from the same family and they're homeless. They have absolutely nothing. 2 people, same family, siblings, poor, have absolutely nothing. One of them applies himself in school. The other one decided not to apply himself in school and got in the streets and got mingled up with a whole bunch of things, ended up in jail.
Yeah.
This other one, same road, same life, but they decided that they wanted to apply themselves, and they ended up graduating from college and exceeding in their life. And the attack is, at some particular point, you can't blame no one else.
Yeah.
You can't blame no one else. If you decide to go to experience this road, but if you decide to live on that road and stay on that road and just pity, oh my God, this happened to me. This is why I do what I do, because this happened to me. My attack is, sorry, but it's time to move on. I was going to say suck it up, but it's time to move on. It's time to move on. Because every day that you wake up, you have an opportunity to do something better than you did the day before. You have the opportunity to change and be better than you were the day before. And if you decide to waste all your time because you don't even have a reason, the reason is not even a legit logical reason. It's just pity. You're living in pity. I challenge every man, and I know men, and I've been there, and I know ones that's taken out themselves. But my challenge is to fix it.
Yeah.
To fix it. I've experienced things in my life, and I said to myself, I don't want to experience that, and I don't want my kids to experience that. I want my family to experience that. I need to change. I need to change. You know how many things that I have to change? You know how many things I needed to change? All the things I had to stop doing, and because it was just like, yo, I see the road, and I've experienced that road before. I've seen the heartache and the hardship that came from going down that road, so why would I continue to go down that road? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I'm going to change it. I'm going to reroute. I'm going to take hold of my own life. And if that means facing some hard things, our last episode transitioned from relationships to forgiveness.
Yeah, it did.
And if you didn't catch it, I challenge you to watch it, because forgiveness is not for the other person.
It's for you.
It's for you.
Yeah.
So if I forgive me and if I forgive you, then it's going to be easier for me to wake up tomorrow and want to live another day. I'm not going to want to get up out of here. I'm not going to want to take myself out, because I decided that I'm going to free myself up. And that's all we got to do. And the other challenge is, there was a situation that happened, and I said, this is what I'm going to do. I've been doing things my own way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then I said to myself, I'm going to give up. But there's one more thing I need to try. The only thing I didn't try, and that was surrendering to God wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, I'm not going to make a decision. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that until I go down this road. Because if I went down every other road and it didn't work for me, then what's the harm in going down this last road to see where it leads me?
What's the why wouldn't I just try one more thing?
Yeah.
Like, what's it gonna hurt?
Yeah.
If I try one more thing,
Yeah.
I didn't try every drug. I didn't try every drink. I didn't try every this. I didn't try every that. And that's why, and that's why it's so beautiful. The woman with the issue of blood, she tried every doctor. She tried every witch. She tried every remedy. We as men need to really take that stigma back. That you can cry, bro.
No, that's facts, bro. That's definitely facts. I was doing some study and look at some research, and it's like our age bracket that decided, like, hey, when we have a family, when we have kids, we're gonna do it differently. And I think that there's a level of trauma there because we're going to do it differently than what it was done to us.
Yeah.
And we know what we don't want, our kids to experience based off of what we experienced. Like back in the day, you got parents from the South, and it was time to get a whooping. Hey, go in there, go outside, pick your switch. Pick your switch and bring it back, and it better be a good one. Because if it break on me, they went outside and took two and braided it.
Son.
Okay, so that's that part, or the frying pan, or the extension cord, or
I got hit with a high heel. So.
Bro, listen, all types of things, and
trauma.
And now, what we do is we don't even whoop our kids, and I'm not telling people to beat your kids.
Yeah.
No, it says to train up a child in the way that they should go, so when they grow up, they don't depart. So it's our job to chastise, because even our Father God chastises us when we do something. Yeah. But there's a moment where you're speaking to them and like, hey, this is why this is about to happen, because this is what I said, this is what I told you not to, you decided to do, and now here's the repercussions of that. And we're not talking about abuse. Yeah. We're talking about
healthy discipline.
Yeah. And I believe every individual needs healthy discipline. It doesn't matter. Being the reason why we have a, justice system, there should be healthy discipline. I can't just go into a store and steal, and just be like, oh, I'm just walk up out of here and nothing's gonna happen. No, healthy discipline needs to align that, make that, correct that. But it's our generation who decided, we're going to move differently. Yet, I think that we're not dealing with the unhealthy trauma to why we are deciding that we're not going to do that to our kids.
Yeah.
We haven't had the space to really be like, this is what I experienced as a kid. Yeah. Or whatever it is, because I teach my son now, like, you know what I mean? I love on my son. Back in the day, it was frowned upon to say I love you to your son.
Yeah, hey, give him a hug.
Give all the love and all that to your daughter, but like the son, it was just like, yo, good job, my boy.
Dap him up.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Fist bump, punch him in the chest. Yeah, good job, pow. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like what?
But no, breath gets taken away. You just...
Absolutely. So no, I love on my son. Like I hold him, I give him, that's my boy. I give him a kiss, you know what I mean? I give him a hug. Like that's my guy. You know what I mean? And I want him to know that his dad love him. Like there's not going to be no part of my son that's going to grow up and be like, oh, my dad never said he loved me. No, I love you every day, boy. And I'm going to let you know that, the bad and the good. Like I'm going to let you know. So I have my own experiences with that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's not necessarily like, me not being able to speak up about it, but it's just more like, I know what I didn't like. I know what I wanted to receive. Yeah. And the healthy part of that is my actions. I'm going to change my actions. So now I'm going to show it to my son, but at the same time, I'm going to acknowledge, because you can't change, you can't move forward if you don't acknowledge. You have to acknowledge 100%. That there was something. You know what I mean? Yeah. What was that something? And I wish that a lot of men could identify that something, because there's something. There's no way in the world you take a gun to your head or jump off a cliff or overdose on meds or hang yourself. That took a level of a made up mind. It took you decided that today was the day that I'm gonna do this. And it's not a game. It's not a game. This is real life. It's not a game. It's not Russian roulette, and it's just not. Yeah, I mean, so those individuals, they're making up their mind to do that, and it's like, talk to somebody. Yeah. Express yourself. Speak on your hurt. Speak on your trauma. They always say that there's, we get into this space where it's just like, oh, it's just me dealing with it. Yeah, it's just me. It's just me. I'm broke and I can't make the bills this week, or my car broke. It's just whatever the thing is, and this is happening in my relationship, or I got cheated. Whatever the situation is, it's just like, it's not just you, bro. 100%, it's not just you, sis. 100%. A lot of people's dealing with it, and it's just a matter of us talking to someone because we don't know. Interesting. I was going through something, and then I found out that you was going through the same thing. Yeah. It was just like, yo, bad. Yeah. That's dope. And now we can assist. We can coach. We can uplift, empower. We can rebuild. You know what I mean? And it solidifies the fact that I'm not alone in this.
100%. And I think the other thing is men feel. I'm gonna speak for me because I don't want to offend nobody. I think sometimes I don't share is because there's an image of who I am to other people. Yeah. And if I come out and say, hey, I'm dealing with this, or I'm here, somebody's gonna look at me different. And I think men, we do that. And it's not like it could be ego. Yeah. And a wise man said ego stands for edging God out. And I feel like sometimes I could have looked at not telling you out of pride, because when you're going through, like, it's like, man, this person's not going to understand, or I'm not going to tell him that. Like, I'm not going to do that. Yeah. But then we were able to share, and really kind of, I'm not going to call it trauma dump, but we were able to really just kind of dump on one another. But then we were able to pick each other back up. And I feel like sometimes men feel like they don't have a safe space. Yeah. And society hasn't really done a good job at creating safe spaces for men. And so I see why. But there are people that genuinely care about you. Yeah. And I'm glad that we've got to grow a friendship in just kind of this last, I would say, 8 months, just really kind of grown a friendship to where you even shared some other stuff with me, and that kind of really sparked this episode. Yeah. And it was a moment of realization that wow, this guy has been carrying a weight. And sometimes I share with my wife, I tell my wife everything, but there is unity in sharing it with a brother. Yeah. That, not saying my wife can't handle like the things that I go through and everything. Her relatability is just not all the way there. And the same when she tells me things. I'm not a woman. Yeah. So there's certain things, that she's maybe more emotional to, or maybe even passionate about, that maybe I'm just not there because I don't share the same similarities as she does personally, but also I'm not a woman. And there's things as a man that I go through that she'll never understand. Absolutely. And so to be able to have a moment with a friend, with a brother, to say, hey, bro, you're not alone. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you're not alone. And so I always say, if you could see your last resort, I hope that Jesus is your first resort. Yeah. 100%. I hope you hear this and you're like, man, let me not try that drug or that drug or that drug or that drug, because it is going to lead to more hurt and more pain and more suffering. There's going to be some information. As you can see, my hat says Men Deserve to Heal. If you find yourself in Connecticut, we have a program called Men Deserve to Heal. If you want to jump into that program, you'll see the text number at the bottom. Just text HEAL to the number below right here, and we'll connect with you. Listen, if you're a vet, I take this one a little personal. As a vet, suicide rates are at an all-time high. So please, if you know a vet, if you're working at the VA, whatever it is, I just felt the need to speak on vets for a quick sec. Just love on a veteran.
So you're never too far to reach out to someone.
Come on. That was good, bro. Hopefully contagious, where this truth speaks for itself. Thank you guys for tuning in. We love you guys. Until the next time.
Peace.
Out.